Zephyr, another accomplishment for you and your executive and for the GFA in a whole. How do you feel about that?
First, let's thank God. Then after God, let's thank FIFA. Then after FIFA, let's thank the contractor himself, Mr. Desmond John, Sunrise Construction, on a remarkable job done. I'm not paid to do any commercial for the company, but I must say to you, I normally have a very mean eye, and I was looking for issues to complain about, but have not yet seen any, and the building has been finished a while now. So I personally am satisfied with the craftsmanship that was completed at the end of the project. More importantly, and I want to compliment again the project manager, the consultant, and again the contractor for being able to do this and help us to save at the end of it. I'm told we had a savings, I don't know the amount, but again, that's another compliment. So it means he operated within budget. From FIFA's point of view, we're hoping that this will serve the purpose that was proposed to FIFA when we got the funding, which is to help offset some of our expenses with regards to national team preparation. It won't be a long-term sleeping facility. I guess it's for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and we're now waiting on the other things to now outfit the building to make it happen. I want to say to each and everyone in the public that thanks to the support received from the executive committee, the secretariat, the clubs, and all who have lent in some way some kind of support to realizing this dream. We now look forward to its use, its maintenance, and we hope that the purpose for which it was intended will be realized in the near future.
Infrastructure, that's one of our goals within our strategic plan for 2019-2022. We can see that being accomplished right now. Club development, national teams development also is one on our strategic plan. How do you see this being able to help our national teams going forward? Yes, accommodation-wise, yeah, but give us a more in-depth side of how you see it helping them go forward.
Okay, sorry for trying to simplify my response, but I have to respond that way. A gentleman has 20 acres of land, and he has a dream that he will help fulfill the needs of persons with a shortage of home and, create what he calls a community in that area. One of the first things he has to do is to cut the road. Then he has to then put electricity, put water, put lights, or, the basic infrastructure. And then the place take off. It's the same here. We have fulfilled this. We are now focusing on the development of the football on the field of play. And I want to say something to you. It's the responsibility of every club to produce quality players that can present themselves representing the country. Now, I think it's unfortunate that so much people are in the sport now and have not really understood the role of a club and the role of an association. You didn't ask me that, but I have to mention it. It's like a parent. A parent sending his or her child to a school and saying, well, I'm sending my son to school there and I expect you to feed him. If they do it, it's a compliment. Really, what you expect them to do is to educate your son while there. And the same applies with the GFA. Our role is to facilitate growth and development of the sport. We are supporting clubs. We have given clubs uniforms. We have, under the Club Development Fund, given to clubs monies, and the monies has increased in the last 2-3 years. That amount is going to remain for the next 3 or 4 years. In addition to that, we are giving clubs through the FIFA COVID relief, we are going to be giving clubs support again. We are training coaches to be certified, and we are doing so for referees and others. So when it comes to the development of the football, we are spending the money where it needs to be spent. I am almost certain this is not a coffee product, or it's not intended to be a coffee product, but instead I treat this as nutmeg or mace. It will take some years for you to see the benefit of what we're doing now. So those who look forward to it happening overnight, you won't. It took us 5 years for our girls to qualify for a final, and they did so in 3. It took us almost 10 years for our men to qualify for a CONCACAF Gold Cup. We've done it. Our U20 boys and U17 boys has consistently now been improving on performance. And what I am saying to you is that give us another 5 to 10 years, Grenada football will be an envy to many other countries in the world. Notwithstanding, I just came from a meeting with the FIFA president and other presidents this morning online. And it's ironic that people are seeing what we're doing, but some of us here can't see it. But we have to continue. The noise in the market is not really the sale, and therefore I need not to be bothered or distracted on the work ahead. I just want to end by simply saying to you, there's a strategic plan that was established by the clubs, for football development, and that strategic plan is what we're doing. It's like, and I hope DJ don't mind me using that, it's like DJ receiving a plan to build a house, and then when he gets there, they want the plan changed. Well, then there's cost to changing the plan, you know? And it's the same I'm saying with football. We have a strategic plan, we're following that plan, and I am personally satisfied that I'm seeing results. We have more people employed in the GFA, whether permanently or temporarily, than before. Some of them are even getting more than they used to before. We have given to clubs balls. We have allowed for extra training for many of those. And, you know, the list goes on. I am almost certain if you had time, I could give you about 50 to 60 things that has happened in the last 4 or 5 years that is about club development. One thing I want to say to you, and I say that with no apology, I came into football with a name that I liked, and I want to leave football with that same name. And so to do so, I will do what is right and not what is popular. And at this point in time, I believe what we're doing is right. It may not always be good for some people, but I'm not looking for a popular mandate per se. Last night, I had the privilege of speaking to 2 former presidents of the GFA, Mr. Ashley Ramfolks and Mr. Cajetan Hood. And I'm encouraged by what I heard them say in that meeting last night. I'm encouraged by the commitment they have given to continuing to support. And in the near future, I am hoping that we will be able to pull in all former presidents who are still alive and has the energy to lend to that vision. It's not Chinese vision, it's a vision for Grenada, and as much people we can get on deck, the better it is for the GFA. I thank you.